Hi there. This is a reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Now, today we are going to do messages from spirit from multiple decks put together into kind of one. And I'm going to say trigger warning because, just because it's messages from spirit, these decks can be pretty straightforward. So, if that's something you can't watch right now, skip the video. I'm going to tell you what decks are in here. There's a codependency deck, there's masculine energy deck, feminine energy deck, and those two decks are like really more for if you're like heavy in the masculine energy or heavy in the feminine energy. It's not pertaining to you or another person is what I meant to say. Shadow work deck, an inner child deck. I think I said codependency, and then self-care deck. So let's get into whatever it is that spirit wants us to know or hear. Guidance right now, what we need to work on, or just what we need to acknowledge. Hurt emotionally, yeah. There's a lot of inner child stuff coming out, for sure. This is the inner child deck over here. Not that it probably matters to you. This is spirit. This is shadow work. Obsessive. Yes. Wow. I feel that for sure. That energy right now. I feel like it's not something that, like, I don't want to say that it's out of your control, but it's not something that, like, spirit's highlighting it right now because it's not who you are. It doesn't define you. So it may feel like, because you're maybe saying to yourself, I'm not usually this obsessive. Why is this happening? It's because spirit wants to highlight it so you can like rid yourself of it and not be so obsessive, whatever you're being obsessive about. I feel like spirit wants me to take this. So this is self-care. This is codependency. And yeah, spirit wants me to take this one too. So the obsessiveness could be with a partner. I started talking about masculine and feminine energy in the beginning. And you're being asked to like look inward and say, are you obsessing on this other person so you can avoid sitting with yourself and caring for yourself? Self-care, okay? Like spirit wants you to really focus on you and what makes you happy. Like stop looking for it outside yourself, basically. You know, it's really weird. I don't know why this just happened, but if you guys like Bath and Body Works, I do. I like Bath and Body Works. I have a scent called, I think, Enchanted that I just smelled. I'm not wearing it. It's a really good, like, sweet smell. Maybe that's coming up too because, woo, hello. Sorry. Well, I guess we need that one too. Because of like enchantment. Yes. So I saw earlier today, I was walking around my house and there's a book. I have a bookshelf and there's a Harry Potter book that sits on the top of it because it's too big to fit anywhere else. And it literally says magic on there, and I was focused on the word. So there's something very enchanting about your life right now, your energy. This is a very magical time for you to kind of co-create is what spirit wants to say. Yeah, we got a lot of self-care stuff coming out. They want me to take all of these. Okay. So like spirit is really asking you to embrace, I'm gonna have to reorganize these probably, embrace like this magical time and really, I wasn't paying attention. I think I already did from that deck. And really kind of step into the magic right now and use it to your advantage, okay? Okay, this is, that's the, okay. Anyway, these are masculine cards. A lot of masculine energy. So like asking for help is coming up with that masculine energy, like not being afraid to ask for help. I think there's like a card that starts off kind of telling about what the deck is about. That's what those are. Humor. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fit all these. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. Maybe we're not going to. Maybe it's just not what we're going to do. And that's okay. Impatient. Yeah. You know, I've been hearing a lot about patience, so I'm not kind of surprised. You know, I myself actually have worked very hard. I guess I can move these and put them over here. I've worked really hard. I've been diligent on my patience, but it's been kind of thin as of late. So I'm not surprised that card has come out. And I feel like the impatience part is really highlighted with yourself. It's not even so much other people. Maybe that's all spirit moment. Okay. As soon as I say that. So maybe it's more like you being impatient with yourself. There's another self-care. Anything else, Spirit? So like, yeah, make sure right now you're taking time and caring for yourself. Okay, I was going to say there's supposed to be a feminine card, and there it is. All right. So, I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to fit all these in here. I feel like at the end we'll do, I usually do the self-care ones last, so we'll just kind of move them out of the way and highlight the self-care, because that's Spirit is very much wanting you to focus on that right now. And I feel like self-care, what the kind of self-care they're talking about is, you know, with every day that you wake up, setting an intention to do whatever it is that you want to do. Make sure, like maybe you have one thing every day, like start with that you're like, okay, this is for me. This is what I want to do. And don't get sidetracked. Don't make excuses. Just make sure you do that thing. Like for me, I've been trying to be more consistent with yoga, doing it every morning. And that's a self-care thing for me. So, you know, dedicating time. And maybe if you are a person who will forget to, you know, like forget about yourself and worry about other people, maybe that's your priority in the beginning of the day. You're like, okay, I got to really, or even just setting a specific time for yourself that you need to take care of this thing. Okay. So, since I laid them out this way, we're going to start with inner child. Past, you were emotionally hurt. Now you understand it wasn't your issue or problem at the time. And there's something else coming through here about not holding that against other people who are in your life now. So like past relationships being highlighted, or maybe even family members that had emotionally hurt you. Like don't continue to carry that with you and look at other people like they're going to do the same, or looking for them to do that, or creating something that's not there with that. Past, you felt abandoned. Now you show up for yourself daily and surround yourself with people who love and care for you constantly. I love that. Yes, showing up for yourself. You know what's really funny was I was literally just having a conversation with my boyfriend about abandonment, because I have this obsessiveness, right? I have this irrational fear right now of being abandoned by him. Well, I don't want to say irrational because it's coming up for a reason, right? It's something that a fear of abandonment has been like throughout my whole life, right? So again, this is tying into this emotionally hurt thing. These are things from the past that we're needing to deal with that are being highlighted right now. So, you know, I did a reading a couple days ago and I was talking about how I'm going to go to therapy. Maybe this is something you've worked really hard on, but you've hit a wall and you need to go to therapy and talk to somebody about like how to get past it. And it's okay. Again, like I talked in the beginning about needing help. It's okay to need help. It's okay to ask for help. And it's not weak. It's, to me, like because I used to be that person who thought, oh, it's weak to ask for help. To me, it's weak to not ask for help. Okay. So, so get out there and do whatever you need to do to get rid of that feeling. And the thing about the abandonment, right? It's really more about you abandoning yourself for those past people, like leaving yourself in the dark, allowing yourself to be mistreated, allowing that person, knowing that person was going to ghost you, but you still stuck around and try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? This is like love, a lot of tied to love. Okay. Like you abandon yourself, you need to forgive yourself. And that's how, like, part of moving forward. Past, you needed the approval from others. Now you learn how to validate yourself and be your own biggest fan by giving yourself more positive thoughts and love. Yes. Yes. This is like an identity crisis. Like, who am I now? I've done all this healing. Like, what do I look like? I think that's part of what's going on. Self-discovery is the year 2025. Okay. So it's like you're emerging into this new energy, but there's still some things that are lingering that you have to let go. And one of them is definitely like, okay, I'm just going to do what feels good to me and not worry about what other people think of it. Past, you felt insecure right here, right? Now you understand your worth, your value, and uniqueness. Yes. Yeah, these are all kind of tying together. I love it. Past, you didn't have your own personal space and had to share it often. Now you create an area of zen and harmony and realize how open your heart is to others. I love this. See, I was saying you need to do, Spirit wants you to do something every day for yourself. And that is, and something I didn't say, like, okay, yoga. I come in my office and I do that alone with no interruptions. That's very important too. Don't let yourself get interrupted by distractions. Past, you felt ignored. Now you give yourself all the self-love and attention that you need. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. I put this over this card, and that's for a reason. So part of the abandonment feeling that you have is that you feel that you felt ignored by people. But Spirit's saying, what if you, because, you know, when I was putting my crystals out, I was looking at a blue one and I asked Spirit for clarity. So what if you weren't being clear about what it was that you needed, or what if you, you know, instead of asking for more time and love and whatnot from your person, you instead just, you know, stayed alone and silent and suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is very much Spirit highlighting your accountability in, because there's a victim card too. I was like, I saw a victim. So your accountability in these spaces where you were a victim. Okay. I've got chills. And maybe you've already held yourself pretty accountable, but these things are resurfacing. Like, maybe everything I'm saying, you're like, yeah, I know. But maybe they're resurfacing because there's like the next level that you need to deal with and recognize where you're in your life now currently playing a victim, and you don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So the next part is messages from Spirit. It's time to take a new path. I'm scared, but I know I'm divinely protected. See, you're stepping into new things. You're stepping into this new energy, but I feel like you're trying to get new healthy practices in your life. And that's why we're here today, like self-care and, you know, focusing on yourself and what you want to do, right? So each day, I'm so sorry, I got distracted. I didn't even hear my boyfriend come home, and I'm like, what's that noise? So anyway, asking yourself every day what you can do to move towards the life you want to create and how you want to feel. Feeling is very important. How you want to feel. You want to feel good. Am I truly loving myself enough to love another person? Right? That's what we're talking about right here. Self-care, obsessiveness. Like, we're not going to put all our energy into somebody else because we're avoiding ourselves and what we need. Okay. I'm my best company. I'm no longer afraid to be alone. Look at that. Ignored, abandonment, together, right? I love that. And I feel like there's something coming through about there's a difference between like actually being alone and feeling alone. Like there's something where like because you could be around people and feel alone. I felt that a lot of my life because I felt kind of like different and like I outcast myself. I recognize that, but there's something you're doing where maybe even in your connections where you're lying to yourself and saying that you're alone because you've created this kind of I'm an island thing instead of asking for help and like those kind of things that I was saying. But you're not really alone. Like, and maybe you're working on asking for more help, like from the divine, from people in your life, whatever that means. But like understanding that you've never really been alone. Like you've just made it so you were alone. Like accountability, okay? I will work better on my finances so I remove the blockages limiting my abundance. Okay? Yes. Love it. Um this card feels like everything in your life in general. I will work better on blank so I remove the blockages limiting my abundance. I will work better on taking care of myself so I remove the blockages limiting my abundance. Like there's something about lack, like a lack or like saying I can't do it or not, like feeling like you can't accomplish it that you need to get rid of. I will enjoy the connections with people who love, cherish, and value me. That's really good. Yeah. So instead of being obsessive or like this is like looking for something wrong in your connections. Maybe you write a gratitude list or like maybe that's part every day that you do where you say, okay, I really enjoy this about this person. This makes me feel good when they do this, or this makes me feel good when we do this together type thing. Okay. All right. Shadow work. Obsessiveness. Write down what you're obsessing over. Realize that it is emotionally draining you. Yes. Yes. Well, for some of you, I don't even think you need to write it down. I just think you need to recognize that you're obsessing over whatever it is you're obsessing over and release it. Say, maybe there's like an affirmation, something about I am living in the present moment and embrace what my reality is right now. Because part of the obsessiveness is like not knowing the future, the unknown that's making you go, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know. Like, well, yeah, you're not supposed to know. We just got to really be present and enjoy where we're at and what we're doing and stop worrying. It feels like worry too. There's a worry card. It didn't come out. Envy. Remind yourself that no one has it all. It's okay to celebrate other successes. You truly are good enough. Yeah. That feels really It feels really tied to finances, actually. So if you're looking, at other people like they have it all figured out, nobody has it figured out. Okay. Victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. See what I mean? A lot of this is just really a change of perspective, which is easier said than done. I understand. Impatient. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms it causes you. Take deep, slow breaths and slow down. Take deep breaths and slow down. Yeah. I really feel like the impatient thing, I mean, you could be like the obsessiveness is tied to impatientness with somebody else too, or with, career or whatever you're waiting on to change or evolve or whatever. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with you're not patient enough and with yourself. And like that's not going to make you more productive if you're going, oh, I should be doing this. Like, no, we're just going to work every day to try to move towards the things that we want to do instead of like putting ourselves down and saying, oh, why aren't you doing this? You're terrible, or whatever you're saying to yourself. Okay. Codependency. A lot of those. Safety. Others cannot always provide this for you. Provide yourself with emotional and physical safety. Yeah. So this feels tied to like insecurity. If these people in my life stay around me forever, that means I'm whole, good, secure, whatever. Like, no. Yeah, you've got to provide yourself with the safety that you're looking for, the secureness, that's what I meant to say. And one of the things I do when I don't feel secure is I say, I am safe, I am secure, I am grounded, to remind myself of that fact. Okay. Uncompromising. You are unable to compromise, cooperate, or negotiate. What makes your way seem to be the only way? Now, I don't think this card is like 100% true, but there's probably times where you get a little bit in the attitude of, I'm right, you're wrong, this is the way it should go. So when you find yourself in those moments, or maybe you just need to be more aware of when you get in that energy so you can work on that. Okay. Like that's another lack thing, like a fear of something being taken away from you, or like your pride, your ego. Like there's something about you wanting to be right. Like it makes you feel better about yourself in the moment, but later on, you're not going to feel good about it. Okay. Why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences well? And that's kind of this impatient energy or talking down to ourselves type thing. Yeah, okay, we could be doing more for ourselves, or we could be doing XYZ. So instead of going, why am I making this poor decision? Maybe we just acknowledge that we're doing this habit or behavior or thing and move towards what feels better. Okay. Humor. Is the situation really that funny? Your humor only masks the problem, not the sorry. Humor. Is the situation really that funny? Your humor only masks the problem, not solve it. So sarcasm might be a coping mechanism for you. Maybe pay attention to that. Ooh, attitude of authority. This feels like a parental type issue coming up here, this uncompromising, and this, like, that's kind of what I was getting at. Oh, I'm right, you're wrong. Attitude of authority. Did you write the book on love? You can't make people love you if you don't love yourself. Okay, that's not the message. The attitude of authority is really just you going against what somebody else is doing, or trying to like make this way the right way so that you feel better, so that you're undermining that other person, and that feels really icky. Indifference. You present like you don't care, but deep down you really are vulnerable about the situation. Yeah, that makes sense. So that feels like a balance between this indifference and obsessiveness. So like maybe you're like deep down emotionally, you're like, oh God, I don't know what to do. I feel lost, and I'm like really worried about this thing. But then when you talk to the person, or whatever it would be whatever you're obsessing about with somebody else, regarding somebody else, you're acting like you don't care. So you're like it's like, which is it? And it really isn't which is it. That's really more, that's really more a expression thing. Like you need to learn how to express how you feel. So that, because this feels cold, so you don't come off as indifferent, like you don't care about that person or how they feel or whatever. When you really do care and it's making you crazy. Wow, that's very insightful. I like that. Okay, masculine, feminine. Masculine, you are being overprotective of something, someone, or a situation. Yeah, you're being overprotective about yourself. This is like fight or flight energy for sure. You are, and not asking for help, right? You are highly capable of completing the task, but can someone help? I mean, Spirit is, again, over and over saying, like, hey, you need some help. It's okay to ask for it. And then you are beyond patient and understanding. Yes. Yes. Give yourself more credit for sure. Absolutely. Well, that was very insightful. Now we're on to self-care. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, Spirit. Thank you. Like, you are doing better than you think. Really, truly doing better. You've come a long way. It's just things are being highlighted right now that are outdated for you, that you need to kind of get out of the habit of doing, okay? Aw, love that. Yoga is definitely a thing. If you've been thinking about doing it, do it. You need to do it. It's going to help you feel better. Oh, shoot, I should have left. Oh, no. Okay. I got to take I was like, I should have left that out. I got to take a picture. I usually take a picture of the cards, and we'll decide which ones we want to lay out that are most important. But anyway, okay. Take 3 gulps of water and feel the miracle of your body take it in. Some of y'all might be dehydrated. I know I am. So that's why I've been drinking a lot of water. Wrap your arms around yourself as best you can and squeeze. I'm literally doing that right now. Ooh, we love that. Finish one goal today, even if it's a small one. Girl, bye. What have I been saying? Girl or guy? What have I been saying? Yeah. Small movements towards the things that you want to do. Spirit is asking you. Just one thing a day. You can do it. I believe in you. Stand up, reach high, and grab a star with 2 hands. Woohoo! Yeah, yoga. Definitely. I already did that today. Close your eyes and remember your greatness. Meditation, too. Clearly. Sit up, straight, shoulders back. Now shine with confidence. Ooh. Confidence has been coming up a lot. We talked about insecurity. That's something that you're probably going through, some kind of ego death. That's something that's coming up clearly right now. Look in the mirror and give yourself a compliment. Ooh, affirmations in front of the mirror. I've been talking about that a lot lately too, so you might want to incorporate that. I've been trying to do affirmations every day, but it's more powerful if you do it in front of a mirror. You are overthinking. Ground yourself with the yoga tree pose. Like, I didn't even see the yoga on here, I swear. Look at that. I hit the tree. I don't think I've ever done the tree one. That's funny. Repeat to yourself 3 times. I love you. Colette for me. I love you, Colette. I love you, Colette. Love that. Be your true, authentic self. You have so much value. Yes. Wow. That's really beautiful. I've been working on being more authentic. You know, it's funny. I spent a long time recently thinking about how authentic I am, because I'm pretty authentic, but I feel like sometimes, we end up catered to how we used to behave or act, or, if we were used to staying silent, like not being able to express ourselves. Like, I noticed that I'm not as authentic as I think I am, which is okay. It's something I'm going to work on. So if you struggle with communication and being open and vulnerable and that sort of thing, this definitely is a message for you too. But you're doing amazing, for real. And that was a great reading, and I'm so glad I came in here to do that. That makes me feel a lot better, and I hope it does for you too. So thanks for watching my video. It really helps me out. Any likes, shares, comments, or subscriptions to my channel are super helpful as well. If you'd like to donate to my channel, I will put the links for my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the comment section. It's not expected, but appreciated. Right now, I'm only doing online booking readings one-on-one, but there is $10 off right now, any online reading. So if you want to book one with me, I will put the link in the comments, and you don't need to use any kind of code. You just take the money off when you pay me. And I think that's about it. Hope you have a good day.